Should be live, right? We should be normal. I have my, you know, camera working, everything. This will be more professional cooking tutorial guide for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Let's get right into the basics. We're gonna be making a salad, eggs, and something related to steak. I think I'm making a pot roast-ish. Not really pot roast, but like a stewish, I guess. Hey, Angel. Hello, Enigma. Electro, welcome to the stream. So, trying to work on this repositioning camera a little bit better so it works for me a little bit better. So, yeah. Welcome to the stream. This is going to be a how-to basic cooking guide from doing a soft-boiled eggs. So, you're going to be learning how to do that. To anywhere to making basic salads, to chopping basics, to making basically stewing steak and making that more flavorful. So let's get right into it. We're gonna actually, the first thing we want to do is turn this on. We're gonna want this to be on actually not hot, because what we're gonna want to do is basically have this on medium to medium high, actually medium high specifically. And I want two pans because we're going to modify this a little bit. And we want the pan to have a little bit of water and fill this up. Probably about a third of the, like a fourth of the way in terms of the water for the steak. To actually not really steam, but like soak. Because what we want to do is kind of clean the steak first of all, and then in like the next for about 20 minutes. And then we will get on to actually processing the actual steak itself with the flavors and all that stuff. So we can get this right into the water real quickly. And the water doesn't necessarily have to be hot for this process, because we don't want to actually fully cook the steak. We want the end process of the steak to be medium rare to medium well done. Not well done, because if it's well done, then you kind of fucked up the whole process. This is a little bit more complicated process, but follow me here a bit. Almost the weekend, yes, guys, it's me. Welcome to the stream. Max, hi. Puppy Lover, welcome. Mandy, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's almost the weekend. I work on the weekend, sadly, so we want to let this kind of culminate, get rid of all the oils and all the gunk off the steak. And then put fresh water in, and that takes about like 20 minutes. I'm just gonna cut this off real quick. We have scissors. I have scissors here, right? Just use scissors. Just gonna use scissors and snip. So once we've done that for about 20 to 30 minutes, I want to say about 30 minutes actually for this process to make it, because we want the water to be clear in the end, kind of like miso soup, which is also known as clear soup. And yeah, we want this to look pretty. Now, this is not important if you're not going to be using the broth to show the actual end product of the steak. Like, you don't need it to be clear. But I want the broth process of this to stand out when I show you guys the end result, because we are going to keep some of the broth. Not a lot, but we are going to keep some. So please just let me cut the steak without cutting myself. Please, please. Listen. I promise you I've done this before. Well, not this process, but like the rest of the process I've done before. So we're just going to let this go in the water. Again, you don't need a lot of water for this. Just like a quarter should do it. And let the steak kind of just like float in there, not trying to cook it, but trying to get rid of the stuff. Okay, we're gonna wash our hands. We are. Okay, the tracking's back on. And I like to wash my hands anytime I touch meat directly afterwards. Just good health habits. Generally, you should do that anyway, so. Taking a risk cooking with my likey on, but whatever. Let me get through this. He, no motion there. What do you mean no motion? Food contamination, yes. Yes. But we are going to be, food contamination only can actually apply when you're dealing with allergies, where you don't want food touching together. But if you're cooking everything off in the end, the process of food contamination doesn't really apply because you'll be killing the bacteria. So yeah, that doesn't really apply. Oh, this did not. Can we not? I just want my YouTube. And let me get my live. Oh, my live. All right, beautiful. So we're gonna start cutting some stuff up here, guys. We don't want a lot of tomatoes. We just want like about 3 or 4. I'm gonna do 4. And this is gonna be for the steak part. So we are still focusing on the steak. You don't actually have to cut these up nicely. You can, as long as you cut these in half, because what we're doing is we're basically doing a marinade. Essentially what we're doing, not quite marinade like, but kind of. It's gonna be marinated and cooking at the same time. So that's what we're doing. And then it's gonna be pretty good. Mixing raw with cooked meat. Yeah, that's cross contamination. If you're mixing raw with cooked meat, that's a big issue, and we don't want that to happen. So long as you're cooking the meat, that's fine. Again, we want the end parts. And we don't want much of these flavors, but we want a little bit. So the seeds in these provide actually no like flavor. They actually provide you a little bit bitterness. So I wouldn't recommend adding the seeds of bell peppers because they provide no substance and actual flavors. So they're different from chili seeds because those seeds actually have heat to them. So if you want to add them to it, you can add a little bit heat to the chili peppers. And actually what provides the most flavors would be the oil from the peppers themselves. You can dramatically reduce the heat by actually washing the peppers and get rid of the oil. So, but we're just doing a quick, chop here, chop there. Ginger, you don't need to do a harsh peel. Again, this is just all going to go into the process. And a little bit peel goes a long way. You don't need to do this, fancy. We're just making a marinade. My dog is punk. What? So random. So random. Same goes for shakes. I accidentally mixed 2 different shakes, made cross-contamination once. Yes, that can happen, Ashley. Yes. In that sense, it would be not necessarily cross-contamination of like raw products, but in more sense for food allergies, specifically for shakes. Or if you have eggs, then that's a different story. So, I'm actually just gonna like do a little bit. A little bit goes a long ways. We are gonna take all this out anyway in the end, so yeah. Don't need much. Ginger is very potent in its own flavor sense. So yeah, keep it little. Same with garlic. I just do about half a ball of garlic and cut right in the middle if you can. And take some of it out. We want this to be fragrant. We don't want the spices and the seasonings to be overpowering. So it's one thing we want to avoid when we're making stock. It's basically stock for this. So essentially what we'll do in the end. If you want to know how you actually peel the garlic itself, if you take your knife end of it and you squish it, it'll be easier to take off the paper itself, and that's how you peel the garlic pretty simply. Just squish it and you're able to peel it without any complexities involved. So there you go, cooking tip number 1. Take the end of your knife, squish it, and the peel should come right off. Garlic is naturally sticky, so just be careful. Um, and then the last thing is we want is shallot. I did shallot because it's same as onion, but the more rich version of onions for like people that have the money to spare. Again, no need to peel, but you can. I like to peel it, not that difficult. So, um, and again, none of these have to be actually cut super fine at all. So, what time is it? It is 8:18. So, in about like around 8:30, we'll go ahead and take the steak out because at that point it should be enough to make it more clear. Again, I want to present it in a bowl, so I want it to be crystal clear as possible. So that's the plan. And the last thing that we need is sage. We only need about 2 of these because again, we're not really utilizing a lot of extra stuff, but 2 will be enough to add enough seasoning for the amount of liquid that we're gonna be adding back into the steak to let it process for about the next 40 minutes. So we're gonna put this in a bowl because what you do want to do in the end, mise en place means prep and clean as you prep and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm sure it has meaning to it. But this just makes it easy for our part 1 when we're gonna be just tossing all this in. Part 2 will be with salad. So I'm gonna clean this cutting board real quick for you guys. And we're going to start with the salad. And then part 3 will be last to be soft-boiled eggs with paprika, and put dill on top of the soft eggs. So we're gonna make it a little bit fancy, you know, but like nothing complex that you guys couldn't actually do yourselves. All of this should only take you about within an hour to an hour and 20 minutes to do the entire thing. So I just cutting a club. What? What? Oh, you saw him. Just cut it a clip. My time is 1:19. This is not rock candy. What were we talking about? So we don't need any of this. Oh, we can actually add onions. We're gonna add onions to our salad. So I got green onions, or they're also known as spring onions. Same thing, different terms, same name. So, fingers bent in. So when you're chopping, you can move your fingers while you're chopping pretty fast without cutting yourself, because if you have your fingers out and you chop and you accidentally lift it up, you'll cut yourself. So fingers bent in, knuckles in a little bit towards a knife, and then you should be able to move your fingers along with what you're chopping. And if you fail at chopping, practice. Right. So yeah, it's experience, lots of experience. You actually want a sharp knife because if you don't have a sharp knife, you'll end up with these little things that don't get chopped off and they'll look ugly. I'm just gonna get rid of them to make it look pretty. So yeah. Not looking for uniformity. I'm not gonna teach you how you do uniform cuts. That I'm not really that adept to that myself, but there is a way to do uniform cuts. So it's easier to do uniform cuts if you're cutting them smaller than bigger slices, but this is my experience. The garlic smacking tip, yes. Yeah, the garlic smacking tip is one of the tips that every chef should know and every person that does cooking. It's a basic tip. Another tip is when you're chopping, make sure you have your knuckles towards the knife, not your fingers right here, but your actual knuckles are touching the knife blade and they're curled up. So if you're not doing that, then you can actually chop your fingers off if you have your fingers more like this. I would not have it like this because this is too close. I would have either my first knuckle or my second knuckles touching the knife. I prefer my second knuckles instead of my first knuckles because it's supposed to be a claw when you're cutting. Just basic tips. So, hello Samuel, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. So it should be almost there. Almost that time, Ashley, in about 6-7 minutes, roughly. If you're not comfortable with cutting either, you can cut slower. Like if you're cutting round objects and you're not comfortable with cutting round objects, one of the tips that you can actually do when round object is you can cut, for at least tomatoes, they'll usually have a bottom piece. If they don't have a bottom piece, you can cut the tip of this off, just the very tip, and actually make a bottom piece for you, and you can actually now have a bottom solid piece to work with. This works with anything. This works with green onions. This works with any round objects. You cut a little bit off, and it doesn't have to be much. It's like maybe within like a millimeter or two that you need to cut off. And that will provide you enough flat surface so it does not roll as easily. Otherwise, well, the tomato will just roll. But this way, it will not roll as easily, so benefit. If you're not comfortable. I'm comfortable with actually cutting around objects, so, because I've just been doing this for a long time. And yeah, we're just working on the salads right now. But in this case, I can work with the bottom bit. Again, just cut a bit off, lay it flat. Less dangerous that way. So that's another tip if you want to avoid cutting yourself if you're not comfortable with cutting round objects. So do one more. I try to practice what I preach. A lot of these stuff that I teach, I'm teaching you guys, I don't do because again, I'm comfortable with my knife skills and I've been doing this for a very long time. So there's no need for me to be teaching you guys, for me to actually be doing these when I myself am comfortable with my own skills I have. And so develop them as you go, you know. But this did not work out. Okay, there we go. And you eventually can skip some of these processes. It's like when you take a math class, right? I tell people it's like when you take a math class, you learn certain skills that are helpful in like 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade math. But when you get to calculus, you're expected to skip some of these basics because they slow you down. That's kind of like when you're learning to cook. Some of these skills you learn just so you can speed up yourself. But when you get into more experienced cooking, you skip some of these steps because they're redundant and you're comfortable with it. And all of this revolves around either comfortable with handling on the knife, learning how to take certain shortcuts to be more effective. And a lot of these shortcuts I either have learned through other non-professional cooks, or I've been watching YouTube videos about this, or I kind of developed them myself. So So yeah, I'm sitting outside in my math class right now. Nice, nice. Thank you so much, Samuel. I appreciate it. Austin, welcome to the stream, by the way. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And yeah. So we did the green onions, did the tomatoes. There is a process in terms of making these look nice. I'm, again, not focusing on like how the food looks and the process of plating because, again, not expert at that. I'll stick to the stuff that I'm good at, the basics. And this is the process of me just telling you guys how to do knife skills, how to prep certain things, how to do proper cutting so you don't injure yourself, and do like speed cutting. I can cut much faster, but I'd rather not. So, when I'm at work, I much faster because I don't have the time. My dog is making made me step in dog. Oh no! Oh no! All right, we're gonna get cabbage out. We're gonna add cabbage to this, and this should be a little bit darker. So I wanted to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know if this will work or not, but like we'll try and make this work. Okay, this is not gonna work. So I'm just gonna bring this shit over for you guys. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna, oh, strike my face, there we go. I'm just gonna bring this over so I can show you guys what this look like. And this is what I kind of wanted to get rid of, right? This kind of substance. Actually, hold up, can I just like put this in a clear container? I think I'm just gonna do that. So this process, there's a name for it, but like, I forget what the process is called. And this is the process of basically cleaning your meat. So if you want to make like steak with clear water, this is not clear. See, this is what we're trying to get rid of. And if you wanted to make clearer, you could keep it in there longer, but I'm not going to do that. Realistically, this takes about 2 or 3 times to do this process. And so you actually want to spend, you know, probably more than 20 or 30 minutes just doing this process itself to clear the steak water. Now, you're not necessarily cooking the steak itself. That's not the purpose. The purpose is to have it on low heat so we can get into the actual process of cooking it. And that's what we want to end up doing eventually. Low heat, slow cooking, and to clear the excess fat or the gunk out of the steak. So I'll probably end up putting a little bit less water than I am now, because now we're going to start the process of actually cooking the steak a bit. So, and I want to do one more of this. So you want the wire to kind of look more like this a little bit, not perfectly clear, but like better than it was before. And you're never gonna get this wire clear unless you spend like a whole hour on like 5 or 6 heat and then let that clear up. Like the process of actually cleaning the steak takes a very long time. Time I don't have, so. Hey, Jernob. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? So yeah, we're now gonna go ahead and add the onions and the shallots. The shallots, the peppers, the tomatoes, the garlic, and the ginger in the soup itself. This is what we want to do now, is to kind of let it marinate for like 40 minutes to like an hour. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heat up a bit, and we are going to increase the process of it heating up a little bit faster. Again, we want this to end up medium rare potentially, possibly. If not medium well done, would be fine by me, but if it's over well done, then you kind of failed the process. And that's the tricky part to get right. I'm not good at that, so wish me luck. Going off by memory. Actually, what I could have done was put the steak inside this. I'm going to go ahead and do that actually real quick. I'm going to transfer this to that real quick for you guys. So that way we can just grab and go. So just going to transfer this real quick in here. Oh, this does not work, does it? Okay, this does not work. Never mind. We're not doing that. I was hoping this would work. Yeah, I was hoping this would work. Okay, this does not work. I'm going to turn this heat up a little bit more to high. All right. Let's get on to, let me go ahead and clean Cunboard real quick for you guys. Why do we have a frowning face? Oh no, why are we frowning? What happened, Janob? Why are we frowning? No need to frown. I'm trying to make this content for you guys without, you know, making it too boring. So, we are now... Back me, please? Hello? Hello? Kitty cat! Kitty, come here. You want to come here? Come here. Hi. Kitty! Look at the cat. Look at the cat. Look at the kitty, guys. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands. That's all I need you. And we're gonna let that cook for 8, so 9, 10 is what we want. And that'll be about 40 minutes, 40, 45 minutes. So I think I might put it up too high, but we'll see. I may want to turn this down a bit. We'll put it at 7. We'll do it at 7 because I feel like if I do it too high, it's gonna overcook it. So, oh, I lost track. There you go. All right, cool. I'm gonna get cabbage. I forgot I had this, and then I have goat cheese too. So, just scrape this away. Don't do this, by the way. You'll cut yourself off. Cut the cabbage. And we're just going to shred this. Kind of like shred this along the size what we want. Or you can shred this way, depending on the length that you want with the cabbage. I'm just going to try and shred this. Now, shredding takes time because you want this super, super thin, but totally worth it for salads. I personally don't like having too much of a crunch with my salads. I love cabbage, but like, wow, they have a nice crunch to it. I prefer cabbage over lettuce. And if you actually eat cabbage by itself, what you'll notice is it has a little, like, at least with the green cabbage, you'll notice it has a little slight kick to it by itself without anything. A little spicy kick to it, which is interesting because I was like, oh, there's a little spiciness. So why I usually mix cabbage with something else. So yeah. Now, I don't have a single video on all this stuff. I haven't done this before, like made a video on my cooking channel, but like, you know, this will be the first. I have other videos incorporating all of this. I've done the eggs, I've done the chopping, I've done the knife techniques. But this recipe is brand new, so you guys get to firsthand see this new recipe I have not done myself. And so, yeah, we are gonna make nice salad with this. A little bit cute salad. Shredded lettuce. Yummy, yummy, yummy. In the bowl it goes. I prefer to mix it, so mix the colors in, all the flavors in. So just toss it like a tossed salad. So, and then we'll add some mozzarella to it. So that'll finish off the salad part. We have pickled peppers. I'm not gonna add pickled peppers, but like you can if you want. So I'm gonna actually square this off real quick for you guys. So I just want to make this nice and square. So I'm cut the ends off. I'm wasting a little bit of mozzarella by doing this, but not too much. But this will allow me to like at least look nicer when I cut this. Cool kid, welcome to the stream. Welcome back, Fallen Angel. Welcome back. Welcome back. So we're now just gonna cut this in strips for the sanity's sake, and we'll make it look nice. That's assuming they don't break. I have my strips break. I'm sad. I'm depressed. Time to go to depression mode. I'm joking. I'm joking. We only need 3 or 4 of these, actually. We don't need much. I'm not going to square this off. I was just showing you guys how to do that. I don't like to waste food, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of wasting food if I can avoid it. So, yeah. It's gonna look pretty. A very pretty salad. Always season your tomatoes. So I'm just gonna make it look nice. Cause like I have time. And like we have like over 20 some minutes before we gotta do the next process of this. So might as well make it look nice, right? I don't know why this piece is so thick, but whatever. There's different knife cutting techniques involved in all this, by the way, so keep that in mind. I'm not doing any of these knife techniques. I just don't have time and I don't feel like doing it. But yeah. People, any of these restaurants I go to, except for this French restaurant I've been, people never season their salads with salt and pepper. It's like makes wonders, right? I had to get surgery. Oh no! At 14. Oh wow. I'm so sorry your Wi-Fi is bad. So we're just gonna go ahead and show you guys this real quick. This salad, really nice. My art just felt fine. Plating only matters in the beginning until like people just like mess it up and eat it. So I don't actually get why plating is such an important deal. Like it's important to showcase it to your people that you're cooking for, but like afterwards it's just gonna get fucked up. New Cannibal Goat OC time. What? So confused on that. So confused. Oh, my camera just lost track. There we go. Tracking my face, please. So we're just gonna add a little bit lemon. A little bit of salt in this, and that brings out the flavor of the tomato specifically, or actually any food that has liquid. Enhances the flavors. And there we go. We got the basics of salad. So I love salad. We are going to be cooking all 6 of these eggs, by the way. So soft boiling them. Soft boil only takes about 7 minutes. 8 minutes if you want them like somewhat a little bit firmer. The process of soft boiling is very important. You need ice cold water to stop the process of cooking. If you don't have that, then you'll overcook the eggs and you'll have hard-boiled eggs. If you cook them at 6 minutes and you don't want to do the process of adding ice to your water and do an ice bath, cook them at 6 minutes and they'll still cook and they'll be pretty much perfectly soft boiled. 6 minutes to 6 minutes and 30 seconds. So yeah, just ways if you don't want to deal with the ice bath of it. But the proper way is to cook it for about 7 minutes, 7:30. Put it in ice water, instantly stop cooking, and then peel it. It peels much easier when you actually instantly stop the process of cooking because the shell won't actually stick onto the exterior and the interior of the egg part, and it'll be easy to peel off. So that's the reason. Sorry your Wi-Fi is bad, Angel, the Lost Soldier. I'm so sorry. I can't do anything about that, so I am sorry. We are gonna have a look at this. Smell it, smell it. Smells really, really refined and refreshed. Ah, it's so nice. So salad's done. We have now like about 20 minutes until I want to start the process of seeing what this is like. And again, I want this to be like all mixed in. And yeah, so let's see if I can just take a picture of it for you guys. Let's see if I can do that. I'm gonna take a picture for you guys and show you guys what it looks like real quick. I'm like, can I just take a picture of it? Right? Taking a photo, processing, please wait. Takes so long to take a picture of this, but like I get why. So this is the actual image itself. I don't know if you guys can see it. But yeah, that's the steak being cooked right now. So it looks pretty good, right? Please just, there you go. All right. Back to the face, please. Yeah, we want to let it soak for like 40 minutes to get all the flavor in. So that's why. I'm gonna go ahead and add the oil. Balsamic vinaigrette, classic salad. And that's it. You don't want to actually dose the salad in oil, so like I would say for like this amount, I'd use like 1 tablespoon, if that, to dress the salad. Because what will happen is it gets too soggy and you have the dressing on the bottom and ew, too mushy. If it does end up doing that, what you can do is take a bowl and actually transfer it to a separate bowl, and that will get rid of the excess oil that you've added. But just mix it and make it a tossed salad. So beautiful. Could look better, but what else? We are gonna go ahead and get this on right here real quick, and we can get another pan for the eggs to start processing that. On that one, I want the normal pan for this, so nothing too fancy, actually. And you want the water to fully boil before you actually put the eggs in. Why? Because if you don't and the water hits before boiling, you're actually unable to cook the process too early, and you don't want that. The process of it taking 7 minutes to 7 minutes 30 seconds only happens when you enable the full boiling process of the water first and then hit the eggs in the boiling water. So it has to be when the water starts boiling. Otherwise, it will take a short amount of time. But yeah. I'm gonna put all this back. We don't need any of this. We're done with this. Paprika. Oh, dill. I was gonna add that to the eggs, top of the eggs. I have extra dill actually, so we can work on that. Dude, we have alcohol, right? Dude, I'm just gonna like drink this bottle. This bottles. Alcohol. Alcohol! YouTube, don't ban me. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just drinking. Assuming I can find the top unscrewy thing for it. Which is not here. Okie dokie. Yeah, I don't know where it is. Maybe I won't have any. Oh, I found it. I found it, guys. Found the unscrewy. It's gonna take about 10 minutes for the wire to fully heat up. That's why I wanted to turn it on now. So by the time it hits 8:55 to 9 o'clock, the wire will be fully boiling and we'll all end up happy. So, yeah, that's all we want. Happiness in the end, right? How's everyone's nights going? Night's going good? Not too bad? No? God, I should not use a wine glass. Okay. Let's just do a regular class. Maybe YouTube won't be like, are you showing the alcohol? But as long as you don't get wasted, it's fine. Right, YouTube? So, I don't know. When I was just waiting for about 12 minutes. So, I have not done this process in like forever with steak. I've only been able to hit it once where it's been like medium rare, and that's like because I've only done like 3 times in my life, and of those 3 times I've only been able to do it once. So when I say cooking steak to medium rare by broiling it, it's difficult. It's very, very, very difficult. There's thickness involved. There's a time it takes a while to hit that temperature. There's a whole bunch of factors. None of those I know off the top of my head. I can only cook a steak perfectly medium rare on the pan, but when it comes to like this, no. That's why it's always better if you want to hit those temperatures to cook it on low heat. I would do no more than simmer, like hitting the wire to nearly boiling, but not boiling. And so, yeah. Finally done cleaning your shoes? Why are we cleaning your shoes? What? So random. So random. Gosh. It is 8:15. I'm gonna go and check on the steak real quick. Oh, see, Bunny uploaded. Some beautiful fursuit. Nice. Oh, is that for your event you're going for tomorrow, Electro? Is that why? Is that why? Hope you have fun with that event, by the way. Enjoy the suiting. See? It's already boiling. I nailed it. See? See? See the steam popping up? Wait. See? See? I tend to be right. I like being right. So, adding salt to the wire can make it boil faster, but like, oh, because of your dog. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You stepped in dog poo. I'm so sorry about that. I forgot about that. So, it is 8:51. In about 2 minutes, we'll go ahead and put the Oh, not 2 minutes. Oh, we're just go ahead and put it in. Oh, it's boiling. Oh, it's boiling. Oh, it's boiling, guys. I don't want to burn myself. That'd be bad. I'm just gonna use one of these and like toss it in. This is a shortcut I like to use so I don't burn myself. And I see what you can do is like get one of these and like do multiple ones at the same time instead of just one at a time, right? So we want to be efficient with this. Go in these baskets and just put all of them in. We want these all to cook at exactly the same time. All right. Oops, the egg cracked. Whoops. Not my best method, but whatever. It stopped. All right, so 8:52. Right now, we'll let this cook for about 7 minutes. 7 minutes. 7 minutes is what we want. In fact, a little bit, but it's done. That's what I wanted to smell. The aroma is finally kicking in for the meat, Ashley. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, this is perfect. All right. This is also another reason why you want the water to boil, so if the eggs do crack, they can instantly like stop the process of it steeping out, but try to avoid cracking the eggs if you can. If it ruins the soft boil processing. Cracking these eggs are not ideal. So, what else? 7 minutes. The stew should be done. Actually, 5 minutes. You just smell this. You just smell like you're taking a trip. This really smells really nice, actually. Let me clean the cutting board real quick. So, whoops. We overdid it. Whoops. My bad. Oh no! I failed. It's fine. But the cool down a bit. Too much boiling going on there. Yeah, one of the eggs cracked too much. Two of the eggs look like. Put this down a bit lower. We'll see how this does. Yeah, too much. Too much. Fine. We'll make it work. Eats all the cheese. No, don't eat all my cheese. Cheese is nice. I like cheese. Cheese yummy. So you got 4 minutes, and then we'll go and take the eggs out, and then we'll stop the cooking process. Two of the eggs just did not make it, unfortunately. So it's fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna wipe around this real quick. Clean this off real quick. As long as you don't burn yourself doing it, it's fine. 3 minutes and 40 seconds. So we're gonna go ahead and get a large thing, ice. Ice does not work. Okay, just use cold water then. This should be like almost freezing cold. You actually want this to be ice cold, not this temperature, but this will work just as well. And this will slow the cooking process. And that's all we want to do is slow the cooking process of this. And so by doing that, it will like help with, oh, perfect, it's simmering a bit. That's what I wanted, Ashley. It will preserve the softness and the squishiness of the gel-like eggs inside. He is Blair Witch in the. He is Blair Witching in the corner. I wish, bro. Oh, oh wow. Okay. Yeah, the bottom of these shoes are like. Let me show you my clean shoes. Hold up. I didn't even take them out. I got 2 pairs, right? Have you even opened up this box? Have you even opened up this box? This is my second backup. I want to get one more. It'll probably be next month. But like, this is a nice. You open this? I forget how you open this up, Ashley. I'm struggling. Help! 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 These are my backups. I really am struggling on this. I don't. Ooh, that would have been bad. That would have been really bad. Okay, so yeah, I haven't figured out how to open this. But like, ow. Oh, wait, open it up this way. Never mind. Figured it out. So these are my backup shoes. These have never been worn once. These are from the artist company. His hair is Blair Witching, and these are the designs on the bottom. So, yeah, very, very nice shoes. They're artist shoes, and they were expensive, and they have these little cool clip-ons and all this stuff. Really, really nice. I love it. Also, we got 40 seconds. Time is everything. I'm probably gonna let this cook for a little bit longer, like 10 seconds longer. I'm gonna turn this off. We are gonna go ahead and scoop this out. With eggs, it's important to get your time correct. If you don't, you're fucked up. You're fucked up, I tell you. So we want to kind of like. I'm hoping none of these are, not all of these are like that. Okay, this one is perfect. Cool. I'll showcase this one because this one did not crack. We have several that did not crack, which is good. Good. Some of these cracked. Okay, most of these cracked. Yeah, I get it. Shot. 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 Okay. There's 2 that didn't crack. Man. Eggs are delicate, right? You want to treat them nicely, otherwise you'll get this shit, and then it looks ugly. Oh, oh, this is savable. Right. Stop boil eggs. Clean this. Let these cool down a bit. And like, just let them cool down. Alright, so while those are cool now, we're gonna go ahead and take out the soup itself. And I'm hoping this is beautiful if I did this correctly and perfect. So that's my hope. No promises. And like, apparently I lost my bowl. That doesn't help. That's dumb. Okay. Right, that's fine. Just gonna use this. Nope, nope. Do I have a bowl that I like? I don't. I don't have a single bowl I like. Whatever. We'll just use this bowl. It's okay, I guess. Oh, the camera! It lost track. There we go. Back to tracking. Gonna take this out. The eggs actually should be fully cooled down at this point. I'm hoping these got cooked just enough. Ooh. Now, if you wanted to, what you can do to make these look nicer, because right now these look ugly, is you could sear these in the very beginning of the cooking process and let it sear like high max heat and sear for like 30 seconds on one side and another like 20, 30 seconds on the other side. We're just gonna cut this and hopefully it worked. It's a little bit raw, but like technically it's fully cooked. We did it. You kind of want to just, if the meat can fall off, you did it perfect. If you didn't make the meat fall off, you failed. So this is actually beautiful. This is actually what I wanted. So again, cooked a little bit longer. I don't know. I don't know how much my shoes were originally. I think I got them from thrift store, but they were nice shoes. I had so hard to clean, so I hate it when I step in because clean takes time. Yeah, that's the downside. Clean does take time. So, oh, these are beautiful. This is definitely medium rare. I will 100% be honest with you. Beautiful medium rare. This is kind of what you wanted. A little bit of blood. So, but well, perfect. I mean, it's perfectly cooked. This is why you want this at low heat, and because the process of doing this right is totally rewarding. So, if you do it right, if you do it wrong, try again. Again, I had this on like 7-ish, between 7 and 8, and then I just let it cook for a while. Now this should have a lot more flavor also because the entire process of it actually being soaked in all that seasoning helps. Should taste a bit of sage, a little bit of pepper, bell pepper. You're not gonna really taste much of it, but my shirt, my life is no, it's actually fine. Oh, this is sharp. All right, I'm done. Done this one. Yeah, cutting these are a pain. Downside of this. This also has a lot of fat, so this is not the meat I would usually use for like straight up just making steak, edible steak salad, but yeah, no, it's what they had. And so, but yeah. So, hi Malaysia. But yeah, I'm just gonna turn the fat off this. I hate dealing with the fat. This is why I don't like this meat, actually. you lose so much meat when it comes to these type of spare ribs. So it's like all just fat. It's like, so you just have like, so so when they do the weight, they include the fat and the bone, so you're actually only gaining like a lot less than you're actually eating. That's why I don't like dealing with these type of meats, because you're losing so much protein, and they're basically lying to your face. That's too much. When you're eating, when the weight is deceptive. So, but yeah. Um, so we're gonna set this aside. Very good. Turned out perfect. Has a little bit of different in taste. Like I said, when you add all that seasoning and all that spice, um, really, really, really yummy. Um, would recommend. Um, on with the eggs. These had a little bit of time rest. A little bit of time rest. And I'm just going to choose a few of them to show you guys what it should look like. Soft boiled eggs, tricky to do, but they're easy if you actually, you know, do it right. You can feel that the soft boil if you actually poke the egg and it feels not as firm. If it feels firm, then you got hard boil. So there's a different, and this is also why you want to have them instantly in hot water. I mean cold water, because what will happen is they'll peel much easier. So they should feel more like, they should be a little bit bouncy, I guess, if that's how you want, I want to describe it. They should not feel rock hard. So if you squeeze this a little bit, you know, it should feel a little bit like a trampoline. And then when you cut inside, it should be a little bit yellow in the middle. This is a perfectly soft boiled egg. And it's not perfect. It's slightly hard boiled, but like it's damn close enough. It should be a little bit more runnier. Again, not flawless. Could have been cooked at 6 minutes exactly, 6 minutes 30 seconds, and then you will let it cool off. And yeah, it's more on the hard boiled side than soft boiled anything, but it works. All right, let me decorate it for you. So, oops, that should be off. With eggs, I'm just gonna do a quick decoration for you guys. Plating. I'm gonna do this one for example. Put this in. We're gonna get dill real quick. Told you the process of this, doing this right, takes a while, right? Dill and paprika is all that I really want. There's two seasonings. Dill I like. It's a classic Ukrainian spice, and so we actually want to like fine cut this a little bit more finer than what it normally is. So this, you want only a little bit. You don't want this to be overpowering. So you want a little bit, because actually dill is one of the more stronger like flavors. It's a bit more stronger than like basil. I mean basil. So on top that off like that, and I'll show you the final results. And then I just need to find my one other yard paprika. I love paprika, one of my favorites. One shake, and that's what it should look like. Very, very beautiful, right? Soft boil, a little bit runny, and edible. So with all that, let's go ahead and do plating real quick to finish all this off. I get ice cream now. Ooh, ice cream. What type of ice cream flavor are you getting? So we're just going to do quick plating. In high-end restaurants, you'll learn how to do plating properly. There's a method to manage the plating. I am not good at that, so don't be asking me how I plate. It like varies from what I have in my dish and what I make. But yeah. Plating, start off with a plate, you know. Grab your egg. I want to put this in the middle because I want the egg to stand out, right? I'm gonna go ahead and cut these into strips. You know, get rid of the fat because the fat looks super ugly. Cut these into super thin strips. Try to make them about the same size. I don't have tips for you in terms of how you can learn how to measure with your eyes when cutting stuff. But like if you can make them about the same size, that would be ideal. And we just want this to kind of lay down like that. So I'm making a small plate just to like make it more elegant. In these high-end restaurants, you'll often see them make these small plates, and it's much bigger than what you realize when you actually get them. But in this case, it's actually a very small plate. This is not a contrast, so give me a minute. This is not the right side for all this. So this is not how I do it, but whatever. We'll go with it. We'll go with it. So this is kind of like how I want it presented. It looks very elegant, right? Very elegant. Very elegant. Like that. That's how I'd play. This is as nice as you get, right? That's a nice thumbnail. Would you like to eat that? Would you? Like if I rotate, it looks good from all sides. And very elegant. I'd put this in the middle more, actually. So it's sliding, it's not wanting to be in the middle. Right. So, this is what you want. When you're cooking for like these high-end restaurants, simplicity, you know, less complexity in plating is the best. If you make it too messy, it's ugly. So, and that's the live stream. I hope you guys found this helpful in terms of some basic stuff that you guys learned, you know, and I hope you took something away from this. If not, oh well. I still have fun chatting with you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Signing out, Oleg Welch. Bye all!